Assalamualaikum sir, thanks to you for giving me a scope to making a presentation video. I am Sumaya Sidika, second year first semester, Department of Nutrition and Food Technology, Joshua University of Science and Technology. Today I am gonna tell you about some topics including wheat flour milling, soft wheat products, pasta, noodles and curry. First of all, I'd like to talk about wheat flour. Wheat flour is a powder made from grinding wheat, making it usable for human consumption. There are different types of wheat flour, distinguished by the amount of gluten they contain, their color, the parts of the grain used, and the type of wheat. Uses of wheat flour and granules. We can use it to make bread, baked goods, pancakes, and more. Additionally, it can be used to thicken sauces and create rocks. Flour is also used for coating foods like fried chicken and cutlets. Finally, flour is a key ingredient in making pasta. Flour treatment. Flour treatment agents are used to increase the speed of dough rising and to improve the strength and workability of the dough, which fall into four main categories. 1. Bleaching agents, 2. Oxidizing and reducing agents, 3. Enzymes, and 4. Emulsifiers. Wheat fortification and enrichment. Wheat fortification or enrichment is the process of adding micronutrients to food. Main methods of food fortification. 1. Commercial and industrial fortification. 2. Biofortification. 3. Home fortification. Products of flour milling and their utilization. The main byproducts of wheat milling industries, wheat germ and bran, have been known as an outstanding sources of protein, dietary fiber, trace minerals, antioxidants, phytochemicals, and allied micronutrients. There are many kinds of flour: all-purpose flour, cake flour, pastry flour, semolina flour, fine flour, whole grain flour, and byproduct flour. Rheology and chemistry of dough. Dough rheology. Hydration of flour results in the formation of a viscoelastic dough. The rheology of dough is attributable to gluten proteins and bonding. Bonding includes ionic bonds, hydrogen bonds, hydrophobic bonds, van der Waals bonds. Testing rheological properties. Rheology test includes frequency sweeps, temperature ramps, intrinsic viscosity and relative viscosity, melt flow rate and melt flow index, capillary rheometry, crepe, stress relaxation, thermal stability, and melt viscosity. Wheat flour milling. Wheat flour milling process. The wheat milling process involves separating the wheat grain into its constituents, that is the germ, bran, and endosperm. The steps of wheat milling process: cleaning, tempering and conditioning, crisping, separating, milling and blending. Products and byproducts of flour. Wheat flour is the most important ingredient in home baking and is a framework for almost every commercial baked products and pasta. All-purpose flour is the product of the ground endosperm or hard wheat or a combination of hard and soft wheat kernels. Flour testing in the quality control laboratory. Flour test: alpha amylase activity test, baking test, dough test. Alpha amylase activity of wheat flours was determined by alpha amylase kit. The baking test. The proof of whether flour is of good quality or not is determined by its performance in a baking situation. And then dough test. Physical dough testing instruments collect objective data about the physical and rheological properties of flour and dough and are useful for quality testing and process control. Soft wheat products. Soft wheat vs hard wheat flour. Wheat flour is a powder made from the grinding of wheat used for human consumption. Wheat varieties are called soft or weak if gluten content is low, and are called hard or strong if they have high gluten content. Chemical leavening agents. Chemical leavening is a mechanism used in the baking industry to provide volume through the release of gases to enhance the eating quality of baked goods. The chemical leavening agents include baking powder, baking soda, and cream of tartar. Baking soda is a mixture of baking soda and alkaline ingredient, cream of tartar, and acidic ingredient, and esters such as cornstarch, which prevents clumping of the powder. Baking soda is an alkaline leavening agent made of sodium bicarbonate that reacts immediately when combined with a liquid. Cream of tartar is also used as a leaven. Manufacturing process of biscuits. Biscuit is one of the most popular snacks used all over the world and linked by people of all age groups. The manufacturing process consists of the following steps: ingredients scaling, sponge mixing, sponge fermentation, dark mixing, dark proof, dark laminating, dark sheeting and cutting, salt application, baking, oil spraying and conditioning, then packaging. Cake manufacturing process. Commercial baking companies turn out billions of products a day. The products must be uniform in size, shape, and appearance in order to pass quality control tests. Main steps are mixing the butter, filling the mold, baking, cooling down, and stripping and packaging. Pasta and noodles. Flour for pasta and noodles. Flour for pasta. One of the most popular flours for making pasta is semolina flour, which is a coarsely ground flour made from a particularly hard variety of wheat called hederam. Flour for noodles, wheat flour. The majority of noodles here used to ordinary wheat flour. Pasta manufacturing process. Pasta is a food that is loved by people all of its group. Raw material. The pasta is made from a combination of semolina and water. Manufacturing process: mixing and kneading, favoriting and coloring, rolling, pasteurizing, cutting, drying, then packaging. The manufacturing process of instant noodles: 1. Mixer, 2. Compounding machine, 3. Rollers, 4. Seater, 5. Steamer, 6. Steaming bath, 7. Feeder, 8. Flash fryer, 9. Color and weight checker with a metal director, feeder of continuous bags, weight checker and casser. Then corn. Corn is consumed as human food in many forms. In its harvested wheat form, it is consumed as a vegetable. The kernel of a special variety may be dried and consumed as popcorn. Corn sugars. The corn syrup resulting from hydrolysis of starch may be used as a sweetener. It contains varying proportion of dextrose, maltose, and glucose, depending on thin mode and degree of hydrolysis. More extensive hydrolysis yields a greater proportion of glucose, also known as dextrose. Alcohol from corn. Conversion of plant materials by fermentation to ethanol long has been known, and corn has been an important ingredient in the manufacture of alcoholic beverages. Barley, oats, and rye. Barley, oats, and rye are used for animal feed. Barley and rye also provide sources of fermentable carbohydrate in the production of fermented beverages and distilled liquors. The flour of rye, after removal of bran and germ, is used in mixture with wheat flour in the production of rye bread. Rye flour cannot be used alone for this purpose. Breakfast cereals. The cereal grains find an important use in the manufacture of breakfast cereals. Most breakfast cereals are made from an endosperm of wheat, corn, rice, and oats. The endosperm may simplify, be broken and pressed, with or without roasting, to yield such uncooked cereals as farina and oatmeal. But far more popular are the so-called ready-to-eat cereals. For this, the endosperm may be ground into the mass and then converted into flakes by squeezing, by broken and grease and mash between rollers. The mash can be extruded into numerous shapes, or the endosperm may be kept intact, the kernel to be puffed. As in the case of puffed rice.